It's another day in the shop. I am working on the old Stuntail today. So I'm putting in a new clutch pack completely because this thing won't shift into neutral. We're also going to install a Mueller Easy Pull. This is a first generation Elite lever. This is from when a different dildo owned Elite. This is one of the best handling bikes I've ever rode. Clutch is adjusted. This bike's ready. We're gonna go take it for a rip. I just want to see how hard it is to wheelie a basically bone stock Harley Davidson. I am working on the old Stuntail today. We're gonna do a little clutch revamp on it because if you've seen from the old last lot riding video where I took this to the lot, the clutch is brutal. I love riding the bike, but the clutch is so gnarly to squeeze and you can't have that shit. Not like drifting and stuff. You need to be able to just one finger the clutch and work the thing and brake slide and clutch, and this you can't. You gotta like, yeah, do all that. So I'm putting in a new clutch pack completely because this thing won't shift into neutral or anything, and the clutch is probably from 2009 or 10 when this bike was originally built the first time. I'm putting in a BDL extra friction, extra steel. It is got 2 extra frictions and an extra steel. It gets rid of the judder spring in the back, which you do not want that shit in your Harley Davidson at all. It makes for a real limp dick clutch. It's made to slip so Dr. Bob can have a smooth ride to the old hideaway on the weekend because he can't ride. And we're gonna take these dudes. These are carbon or Kevlar or some kind of fancy material. We're gonna soak them in a little ATF Type F automatic transmission fluid. This makes for the most aggressive clutch grab. We'll soak these dudes while we're working on the rest of the bike. I need to soak for like 15-20 minutes. This is I don't know what the spring rate is on this one. It's only a 10% stronger clutch spring than stock, which is all you need. I usually run a 10 or a stock one. I don't run a big heavy clutch spring because I'm not running a turbo. I'm not running some gnarly shit like that. It is unnecessary. These are the steels. They'll hang out on the side for a while. And we're also going to install a Mueller Easy Pull in the transmission side. This is also a necessity if you are stunt riding or just riding period and you don't want that god-awful forearm pump all the time, especially if you're in like California or somewhere where the traffic's horrible and you gotta stop and go shit all the time. This dude is the business. These are on our website. We use these on every bike we build. It is a new ball and ramp. The ball and ramp angle is different. It takes 40% of the pull strength out, so you're not, it just makes them butter. Like I have a 30 over clutch spring on my stunt bike, which is too much. It's just the one that I had at the time. And I have an Elite second generation stubby lever, and I just one finger mine like this all the time. It's really, really nice. This thing is amazing. It is a necessity. We stock, as soon as these come into stock, we buy them all, and then we sell out quickly. So this is like, you get on, buy this. If it's in stock, don't go, I think I'll get it later, because you probably won't be able to. So get it when it's there. That is the business. So I'm going to start with draining the primary. I'm going to drain the transmission and then just put new fluids in the whole thing just to start with. But let me show you this guy over here real quick. Okay. This is a first generation Elite lever. This is from when a different dildo owned Elite before Nathan, the owner, now has it, and he revamped all this stuff. So back in the day, they were trash. This thing is fucking hard to pull. And it just really didn't do anything. And then new owners came in, they revamped everything, and it is a different angle, which they have a patent on now. So the second gen, the new stuff is amazing. But this guy's been on here since probably 8 years, I would say. Used to be really, really long like this. I cut it down and then I ground this in really deep so I could get like my finger in there good enough to grab it, but it doesn't work for shit. So I have a new one on the way. I have the second generation. The new shit on the way, super pumped on that. So I'm not pulling on that son of a bitch anymore. And I'm gonna pull all this apart, drain it, all that. If you don't know anything about this This is a 2008 Harley Davidson Night Train Softail. Yes, it is a Softail. I know it doesn't look like one. I built the mid controls. I machined the inner and outer primary. I machined the motor cases to clear the shifter. We built all this stuff. You'll get to see how all that is inside here in a minute. And it has our swing arm conversion on it with a set of 14-inch Legends arcs. I also pyramided this guy up right here and built these standoffs to make it even taller. So this guy has 16.5 inches of lift in the rear, which is basically equivalent to 14 on a Dyna. Because it's basically turned this bike into a late model Dyna with a rigid mount drivetrain and a balanced motor, which is so superior to the non-balanced motor and the rubber mount drivetrain. This is one of the best handling bikes I've ever rode. The only weak point on this bike is the seat. This has an old Lepera Daytona Sport. It sucks. It's cut really deep and it's back far and it's slick as hell, so I have hydro turf from a jet ski glued to it right now to keep me in place. But it is my only complaint. I am a little too far away from the handlebars. I've got a front end off of a Dyna Lowrider. It's a 2015 Lowrider this came off of. Got Legends cartridges in the front. TC Bros risers, pro tapers. Got an RCS 19 with an Elite Moto lever on it. The throttle is for an XR 750 Harley Davidson. It's made by Motion Pro. It's cam adjustable. It is a 7/8 throttle. It is the shit. I don't know if we can get those anymore, but that would be a call to shop for that. They're cam adjustable, so they come with like 6 different cams. So you can set where the throttle hits. You can make it short, you can make it long, you can make it hit harder in the middle, towards the back. Like it's pretty wild. I have the long one in there because I like a lot of play in my throttle to smooth things out in a wheelie. Brembo's off a bagger up front. Kruesi Originals Skynet rims, Kruesi Originals North Star rotors. This is one of our K-bars off of a Dyna that I cut, and I narrowed it like 3 or 4 inches because the Softail frame is a lot more narrow, and then the bolts just happened to line up down at the bottom, which was pretty wild. Kruesi Originals chain drive kit, Kruesi Originals wheels, Kruesi Originals sliders, slider. That's the bike. It's got a 103 stroker motor and it made 115 horsepower, so it's also very violent. And it's got an old first-gen Thundermax, which is about as problematic as the old first-gen Thundermaxes used to be. But it's actually pretty dialed. It's not running O2s. Those are all shut off, so the auto-tune shit's not there, but it is tuned by Trask Performance and dialed in pretty fucking nice. Brembo radials on the back. So I'm going to get to draining, and you'll get to see the guts of a true OEM style mid-control on a twin cam Softail. This is really the only way that mid-control should be on a Softail right here, professionally. Here she is. Check it out. This is an outer primary off of a 2006 to 2017 Dyna that coincidentally bolts right up to a twin cam Softail 2008 to 2017. So look inside here. See that guy? Been so long since I did this, but I think this is an inner primary off of a twin cam Dyna as well, late model, which also coincidentally bolts right up to a Softail. So all you gotta do is bolt these dudes up, which also I'm pretty sure the Softails have this standoff in them already, and you can drill that out or pop the plug out of it. The only problem is you can put this, you can bolt this on from the late model Dyna, you can bolt the outer on from the late model Dyna, you can use the shifter from the late model Dyna, but if you come over here and peek your head back here, the engine case, which you probably won't be able to see, but see this little gap see there that this guy rides in? That's not there. The Softail, the engine case is flush against the primary, so there's nowhere for the shifter to go. So all you gotta do to really make this work is machine the inside of this engine case right here, which it's just a standoff, and you can just grind it back. I did it with a Dremel and a deburring tool, and I clearanced it, and I made myself a little gap. And then you got mid controls. Then I machined these blocks. I just measured blocks on a Dyna, machined them, welded them to the frame. Dyna mid controls on a twin cam Softail. It's that easy. That's if you can still find an inner and outer primary for a late model Dyna, because they don't make them anymore and they're hard to find. But you too can have mid controls on this side that easily. Brake side, different story. That was a task. Had to make a bunch of brackets and figure out a right master cylinder that was going to work properly and all that jive. But when we go over there and do that side of it, I can show you all that. Trent will do the Mueller side of things and I'll do the clutch side of things. tiny pinch of shirt. Small pincher of shirt.
Can you check, please?
Penis. Dude, this has a Mueller in it already.
No way.
Yeah.
Shut the f up,
100%,
really?
swear to God.
Why is it such a bitch to fucking pull? Is it just that lever?
That's the old style, right? Up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a power clutch in it.
Well, ain't that a bitch? The real trick is just having some hooks and some patience. Just gotta pull each one of them out, kind of working back and forth a bit. Which this clutch looks like it's in good shape, but if I had to guess, it's got a bent steel in it somewhere because it will not shift neutral for shit. And also, this has a Mueller in it already apparently. And I'm thinking this all boils down to that being the old Elite lever up there because the OG Elite levers they're f***ing bad. No bullshit about it. We used to run another company, which was really bad, and they kept breaking clutch cables, and they kept having a lot of problems, and customers sent them back, so we're like, man, we gotta get rid of these. And Kevin Brandon, old B-Rep Stunts, was like, you should try Elite. And I said, no, I'm not trying Elite. They're garbage. I have one on my bike, it sucks. And he said, yeah, but they have new ownership now, so give them a try. So I did. I contacted them, set up as a dealer, and then they offered to sponsor us after that. And then we took the other one off the website because we were having problems with them. And then there's some punk bitch named Michael Hale out there.
Finally.
Who used to work for Elite. Anyways, so I've got the clutch out now. Really just want to suck this dude down slowly, a little bit at a time, nice and evenly. I think the torque spec's like 110 inch-pounds or something like that. It's really light because it's under spring pressure. Just kind of snug them up all the way around. But yeah, so clutch is adjusted. Feels a lot better. We just put a new clutch in it, and it had a 30 over spring in it, so now we have a 10 over, so it does feel a lot better. I think with the upgraded lever, when that comes in, I've got a new one on the way. Should feel pretty buttery. Really sucks it had a Mueller in it already. We pulled that apart to find that out, which, man, this bike was built originally in 2008 and then redone at Trask when I worked there, and my old friend Butch, this was his bike back in the day. He built it at Trask in probably 2012 when he worked there. So it's probably had that Mueller in there since then or earlier, which, man, we didn't even use them back then. It's crazy that he had one. So I didn't expect it to have one because it was so hard to pull, but I think it was just a shitty clutch. We also always ran super heavy clutch springs back in the day because we thought that was the thing to do, which it definitely is not the thing to do. So now it feels rideable. I still want a different lever, that's for sure. That one kind of sucks still, but gotta put some trans fluid in it, put the mids back on. Then I'm gonna take her for a little spin, probably do some burnouts in the parking lot. Then I'm going to take the 05 Dyna, the Super Glide that we've been building, the bike we were gonna give away. We're probably gonna start the giveaway as soon as I ride it and I make sure that everything is dialed on it, which I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna take it for a little ride. I'm gonna put a little camera on my helmet and take you guys along for that ride, and it should be pretty fun. I even brought some riding shoes and gloves. Kruesi Originals gloves. If you guys didn't know, we have gloves, and they are probably the highest quality gloves on the market, and I'm not just saying that because they really are. I've wanted to make gloves for a long time. We've had a lot of companies approach us, but nothing the quality. Like, I've been wearing Troy Lee's my whole career. I think Troy Lee is the best glove there is on the market. They are the shit. And everything else that I've worn out there that people have wanted to do gloves with us, it just was not it. I'm like, can you guys make like Troy Lee quality gloves? And it's always, well, no. So Trent did a whole lot of research and kind of found out where Troy Lee gets their gloves made, and we kind of went in the old back door and we got that quality of glove made. And actually, I think I like ours a lot better. They are super, super nice. It's like putting a pair of brand new Ethicas on your hands, if you know what that feels like. Silky smooth, stretchy, super high quality palm material. Been hand dragging them a bunch. Trent's been hand dragging his a bunch. It's not wearing through. They operate your phone. They're really, really nice. They're on the website. I promise you, you will not wear a nicer glove. They are the shit. That being said, I'll show you what they're like when I when I ride one of these muffs here in a little minute. So I'm gonna finish up this shit. You don't need to see it, it's boring, and I'll get back to you. And we're go. So, clutch feels pretty good. Still have another lever on the way, which will feel even better when the time comes. But this bike's ready. We're gonna go take it for a rip. Trent's rolling out the 05 Superglide right now. We're gonna go on a little motorcycle ride. Just to cover a few things. This bike's been a long road. This bike's been in my life since 2008. It's like an old friend, you know? She's a hot rod, she's a beast. There is a full build series, years of build series on this thing. We've actually been working on this thing for probably 4 years at least. It's all on YouTube. If you go just search Stuntail and any of our shit, it'll come up. You'll find all the stuff on it. We built everything on it. I made the exhaust. I built that exhaust in like 2010. This thing's been around a long time. It's been back and forth. It's like a hobbit's tale, there and back again. She's a good time, and she's for sale. I don't really want to sell it. I really enjoy it, but I have something else that I want to build really, really bad. And I can't allow myself to build any more motorcycles until I sell some of the motorcycles that I have, because it turns out I have a plethora of motorcycles that I don't ride and they're just sitting in the showroom. So this guy is for sale. It's not cheap. She's in the 20s. If you know what the bike is, you know what the bike is. And I know she looks a little beat up, but this thing was built to be my road warrior. This is supposed to be my apocalypse, like Walking Dead, surviving the Holocaust, Fallout fucking shredder motorcycle right here, you know? Like I should have a hammer on my back smashing zombie heads in and ripping burnouts and shit on this thing, and I wanted it to look that way. And that was the whole point, you know? It's been through some wrecks, it's been beat up, and I wanted to keep it that way with a lot of really high quality parts and a lot of really high end performance done to the motorcycle. And it is definitely one of the best riding motorcycles I've ever had in my life. Next on the block is my 2018 M8 Lowrider, that my race bike that we built years ago. Did a bunch of bagger racing domination with, and I'm going to put that thing back on the lift tomorrow and start a little process of that later this week of making it streetable, because it's not streetable now. It is too violent and gnarly, so we're going to tame it down a little bit. Try and figure out a tail light and get it back on the street, because I would like to shred a little streets on that thing, and then it will also be for sale. The only reason I'm selling these is because I have a project I want to build. I have an idea for a motorcycle in my head, and I want to do something that I think is going to be game changing that no one has done yet, but it's going to be expensive, so I need some capital to do that. So I need to sell a couple motorcycles, at least one of them, preferably both of them, and we'll go on to some new projects. But right now, me and Trent are going to go rip the 05, which this guy right here is going to be given away. We are going to do a, for every $5 you spend on the website, enters you in a chance to win this beautifully, slightly customized. I would say this is OEM plus right here. She's fairly stock. She's got low miles. She's in really, really good shape. She does have one little dent in the gas tank right there that somebody put some touch-up paint on. But other than that, this bike is pretty pristine, and it's got every bit of Kruesi Originals bolt-on shit you can have on it. And we went through the whole bike and freshened up everything as well, just to make her nice and clean. We're gonna take it on its first test ride today. You know, see how she goes, see how she rips, and we're gonna, you know, go back and forth. I want to ride both of them, and I kind of want to try and ride a wheelie on this today too, because it has stock suspension and stock Dunlop tires. They're not stock, they're brand new, but it's what comes on them stock, and I just want to see how hard it is to wheelie a basically bone stock Harley Davidson. So watch this. Out of gas. Son of a beeswax, how anticlimactic was that after that big long speech? I forgot to put gas, I ran out of gas this thing last time I rode it, I forgot about that. We got any gas here? Try and find something good. I got a little T4 race gas right here. We'll just put a little squirt of this in there. It'll get me down to the gas station at least. She'll run like a champ. It's oxygenated, enriched fuel for racing at altitude. Whew. Smells good anyways. I always put a little squirt of this in my stunt bike just so it smells like race gas all the time. That was about 25 bucks worth of gas right there. If that's enough gas to make it run. Maybe she's not ready to go. I either don't have enough gas in it, which according to my gas gauge, she's dead empty. Sounds like there's gas in it though. I think I have fouled me a spark plug. Yep, so, she ain't for sale yet. Cocksucker. I think I either got a bad plug wire or a bad plug or a bad injector. Something has shit the bed. So, I'm gonna unload my bike and we'll take my bike and the 05 out for a ride. Man, let's go for a cruise. Back brakes suck. Need adjusted. Oh man. I don't think I want to try and ride no wheelies with those brakes. The pedal needs to be adjusted bad. The run's good though. The stock suspension is soft and luxurious. I'll have to do a wheelie on it. I don't trust the brakes for shit, but fucking brake pedal's so far down, it's scary. That thing dumped so much gas, I'm getting sprayed with it.
Yeah.
Fucking Makuni.
Yours is a lot more touchy.
Yeah.
Like throttle-wise, it's way touchier.
Yeah, she's real snappy. You gotta like get deep as soon as you go up.
Yeah.
And then it's alright, but not very often you get to watch somebody else ride your own motorcycle. We're gonna go back to the shop. I'm gonna adjust this brake pedal so I can like really actually use the back brakes, and I want to try and scrape this bad boy. Alright, brake pedal is dialed. Just had to raise it up a bit. Did I lose crit? Oh. Gonna pull back out here in the old neighborhood street again. I mean, closed lot. It feels a lot deeper than I thought it would. I thought I was gonna get it easy. Oh, I had to work for it. A little too much air in the back tire right now too. It's got 40 psi. It kind of makes you go side to side. I think wheelie's pretty nice. And with this, you know, luxurious Cadillac suspension. I thought for sure that was going to be nice and shallow, but it felt deep. I'm also used to pullback risers and things like that that set me back farther. When you got straight risers, you lean forward, it makes things feel deeper than they really are. It's a nice bike, man. Fuel injection is so nice. That's one thing I wish my bike had. Yeah. Pulls a little to the left on me. I got way too much air in the tire. The ride's real nice. It's got a lot of air in the tire. It's hard to keep it straight, but I want to ride a wheelie on my own. Man, this feels weird being on this one now. I love the old Rowdy 95. There, holy shit. I love this bike. I love this bike.
That thing spews gas.
It does, dude. Bad all over me too. It's like it sprays out the overflow in the carburetor.
Yeah. It was getting on me, like behind you.
Yeah, that's what I said. When you were riding wheelies, it was spraying on me too.
Yeah.
And it's just dumping out of the bottom. I can't get it to stop. I keep shortening the fucking float bowl height, which I can't go much lower.
Yeah.
bud. We done terrorized the streets.
That chick was pumped.
The one in the car filming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. You know, I don't do that at home. It's not recommended for anyone, but you know, gotta go get some every once in a while. But I scraped her. This is a little corner scrape a couple times. It's deeper than I thought it would be. It's not even as deep as my bike, but I think just having the stock suspension like makes it feel deep. And not having pullback bars, and this is an 0405, it's an 05, but the 0405s have a longer neck on them, backbone. So the neck is farther away anyways, so you're more stretched out. So I'm sitting more like this. My bike, I'm sitting more like this, so when I'm deep, it doesn't feel like I'm that deep, but when I'm deep on this one, it feels deep. This thing rides great. It wheelies easy, like it clutched up. I had to seat bounce a little bit, like brake check it, seat bounce it, it comes right up. It came right up, which is honestly surprising. I remember I used to think like wheeling a stock Harley used to be unheard of, but it's really, I think you can wheelie anything as long as you like know the rhythm and how to do the little thing. If you want to learn how to do that, you can watch our how to wheelie Harley Davidson video. I'll put a link somewhere. That was fun. I'm pumped. The chick in the car was pumped. She was filming, tripping out. I was riding some wheelies, doing some whirly-doos out in the road. It was a good time. You know, don't flag me, YouTube, don't flag me. The speedo doesn't work. It's not getting power. I don't know why. Everything else on the bike is dialed. I'm gonna look into that, see why it's not getting power. But moving forward, for every $5 you spend on our website, winner, you win a chance to win this bad boy right here. She is an 05 Super Glide. She's got like 17,000 miles or something, super low on it. I don't remember. She's clean. She's got a bunch of new stuff. She's real fresh. Everything's been redone. Everything's been gone through. It is a nice bike. We would like to give it away to someone. So thank you very much for all your support. Thank you very much for the love. Like, subscribe, KruesiOriginals.com. You could win a bike. Peace.